What up, R to the double. Y'all in trouble. Here we go once again, man. And like I said, just another video where I'm going to continue to elaborate a little bit more on the Switch console itself. As far as my last video, that was my actual official review. Now I'm going to go a little bit more in depth on certain things, both negative and both positive. A lot more positive than negative, but there are some negatives, like I said before. First things first, man, like I said, I can't explain to you or express to you how frustrated I have been with two things: the Joy-Cons and, in some respects, Nintendo's online. And I'll explain. I say Nintendo's online for two reasons. Number one, because I get it. You wanted to launch the system in March, and I don't think you made a mistake by that at all, Nintendo. I think you were right on the money, because look at the success it's having. Having said all that, because you did not have the new online infrastructure that you're constantly speaking about and bragging about, we have basically the same shallow online. Now, the other reason is because I don't know if the issue I'm having that I explained in the last video, where my left Joy-Con analog stick, the stick that you use to control the steering in Mario Kart or the movement of Link in Zelda, because it's happened to me in Zelda also, and it's happened to me in Fast RMX. But I've noticed, these days, these last couple months, I am at my sister's house in Homestead, where I'm at right now, a lot more than I am where I stay at in my grandmother's house. Now, where I stay at in my grandma's house, it's a room. So I got my bed, and then I got my entertainment system right there. So my TV, my Switch, and everything is literally within a couple of feet of where I'm playing, of where I'm sitting. I cannot recall one fucking time that I've had any issues using the Joy-Cons and the grip controller, or split, or even in handheld mode, there at my grandmother's house, or at work, or anywhere else for that matter. But here in my sister's house, it is an issue, and it is fucking infuriating, because I cannot pin down what's causing it. I don't know if it's a design flaw or an issue per se with the actual Joy-Con itself, or if it's Nintendo's online, their servers or what, because it happens a lot in Mario Kart 8 online. Doesn't happen so much in single player. It has happened in single player, but nowhere near as much. It's happened a couple of times in Zelda, but where Link will just start walking all crazy and crouching for no reason and whatnot. That is very frustrating, and it's something that, to be honest with you, I never would have expected from Nintendo. They're so meticulous in the way they do things, and so painstakingly detailed oriented in the way that they design things, and in the way that they put their products together. But as I said, these last three console generations for Nintendo, I've noticed a gradual slip in quality as far as the build quality, making sure that everything works out the box, making sure that everything is ready to go, so we don't have these stupid little issues, man. So that's frustrating. Excuse me. But having said all that, that's really the only negative. Like I said, the online. I cannot for the life of me understand. It is 2017. Hear me good, man. This is coming from a Nintendo fan. This is infuriating to me. And these are the kind of things that keep you, Nintendo, bubbled into this little box that people like to put you in, where you're the kids' system. I'm a grown-ass man, dude. I love all video games, but Nintendo is my favorite, man. They just are. Zelda, Star Fox, Mario, Donkey Kong, franchises like that, I'd rather play them than I'd rather play Call of Duty, than I'd rather play Grand Theft Auto, than I'd rather play anything that's out there. That is not to slam on those franchises that are out there, because I thoroughly enjoy them as well. I buy them. I buy damn near every installment of them. And I enjoy them, and I play through them. But there is not that same magic, and there is not that replayability that Nintendo's titles have. But when it is 2017 and you can't seem to lock down something that Dreamcast was doing in 1999, that Xbox was doing in 2000, and PS2 and all that, online gaming in consoles has been around since 2000. 17 fucking years ago, man. 17 years later, and you still can't seem to do it. I mean, and I'm still waiting for you to elaborate on what it's going to be like, hopefully at E3, because supposedly this fall, this should already be implemented for a while. We should be able to enjoy it free until fall, and then fall we're going to start having to pay. I got to be honest with you, man. As much as I love Nintendo, and as much as I love Mario Kart and Splatoon, and ARMS looks like it's going to be another one of those games that I just get hooked on, especially the competitive aspect and online play and all that. But if your online ain't up to par, ain't up to snuff, I don't see myself paying. I don't see myself investing in it. And that's a concern for me because Nintendo is always, hands down, when I go into a new console generation, Nintendo is my de facto top dog. That is my go-to console right out of the gates until they prove me wrong. I don't want them to prove me wrong. But when it comes to online, I really don't like what I'm seeing, man. I don't like the fact that this thing still, 2017, we're still dealing with friend codes. What the fuck is that? Why? You know, that makes no sense. Now they want to do things with a smartphone app. They want to center their online around that. That's going to be an integral piece of their online equation or their online pie. Why can't you just once do what the others do? Because it fucking works for them. You have yet to find something that works for you online. Just do it the way they do it. Simple. So there's that, man. But like again, those are the negatives. The positives, man, for me are just, man, go online. Go to any gaming site. Talk to the gamers that you know. Look around at what's going on. You can't find anyone that doesn't have anything but stellar praise for a game like Breath of the Wild. Look at look at what Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is doing in sales. And everybody raving about it and loving it all over again. It's that is the positive. It's the same thing that's always been the main positive with Nintendo consoles, man. It's Nintendo's games. I can't emphasize enough how much I want to get my hands on ARMS. Okay, because one thing that real Nintendo fans, not the ones that, you know, oh, I didn't like the Wii, I didn't touch the Wii because I felt like Nintendo abandoned me and all this bullshit, whatever. Real Nintendo fans that saw the Wii, the original Wii, and said, oh, that's kind of weird, but let me try it. And after trying it, we're like, okay, yeah, this is the shit. We were so fucking happy when the Switch was revealed and we saw that within the Joy-Cons, Nintendo kept and perfected even more motion control. Because the motion controls on the Joy-Cons, I know it's involved in or included also in the Pro controller. I just got this, so I haven't had a chance to see how it is in that controller. But the Joy-Cons, when I play with them split hand, just like a Wiimote and Nunchuck, and I'm playing Zelda and I'm aiming with the arrows and all that, yo, that shit is precise. I would rather play a Call of Duty or a Battlefield or a Battlefront or a first-person shooter, competitive first-person shooter online against other people. I would rather play that with the Joy-Cons split like a Wiimote and Nunchuck than I ever would with analog sticks. Because I don't care how good you are with these. There is no way you're getting to your target, which is me, faster than I'm getting to my target, which is you, while you're doing this, and all I gotta do is bam. It's like mouse and keyboard basically. So I was thrilled that they kept motion controls. I want to see what they do with it and how they do what they want to do with it, because that was the issue with the Wii. The Wii made it mandatory. It was required that you learn to play with motion controls. Whereas I see Nintendo now kind of being like, yo, we're not getting rid of that. That's too fucking good. But we're not going to force it down the gamer's throat either. So I want to see how they include it in future games. Things that I want to see, man. I've said it before. I'll say it again, man. I want to see a return to everything. A return to everything, Nintendo, man. Look, third party's going to do what third party's going to do. And I do have a little bit of faith that the third party situation on the Switch is going to be drastically better than it was on the Wii U. However, I do not think it's going to be as good as it is on the other two consoles, being Microsoft and Sony. Fine. But if you have that boost in third-party support that you did not have on the Wii U, but you also bang out all your Nintendo goodness, and I'm not just talking about your Marios, your Splatoons, your Zeldas, your Star Fox, Donkey Kong and all that. All that's awesome, and I want that stuff. But I want you to bring Metroid back, which I know you're gonna. I want you to bring back the classics, man, from the N64 era that we love, that a lot of us gamers are crying for. I want a new Wave Race. I want a new Pilot Wings. I want a new 1080 snowboarding. I want, dude, like, if they can somehow, as I said before, whether licensed or unlicensed, swing a deal to be able to create a multiplayer wrestling game like the Revenges and the No Mercies of yesteryear. That is what I want to see. I want Nintendo to go into their vault, man, and just look over their generations of success, man, and just be like, man, we haven't seen this game since the Super Nintendo. Let's fucking make one for the Switch. Like the obvious stuff, man. We know that you're doing a Pokemon. We know that you're doing a Metroid. Rumors persist that you're doing 2 Metroids on the Switch. Oh, Lord Jesus, please. But I want you to bring Star Fox back. I don't want the fact that Star Fox Zero didn't sell well because you kind of fucked it up with the controls. I love Star Fox Zero because I was willing to put up with the shitty controls just to play a brand new Star Fox game. And I loved it. But bring Star Fox back the right way. Bring Metroid back. Wave Race. Pilot Wings. 1080 snowboarding. Man, you can go Diddy Kong Racing. Make a new Diddy Kong Racing. You know how much fun that shit will be with the Switch? Man, a brand new Pokemon. We know that's coming. Like, I want Nintendo to just go gangbusters on their content and let the third party do what they're going to do. You've already made the best possible case to third party, Nintendo. You have made a system that is easy for the third party to design for. No gimmicks here. You ain't got to do a design for a second screen experience. You ain't got to necessarily design for motion control. You can design your game the way it is on the Xbox and the PS4. Just like that, with Unreal support, Unity support, a bunch of different engines that couldn't run on the Wii U run on this. And they're the engines that are pushing today's games. You have already, and you have gone and ingratiated yourself to the third parties and shown them that you want to work with them. That is all you can do, Nintendo. That's it. That's it. You gave them the best possible scenario. There are no excuses now for them. Let them trust them to do what they say they're going to do, while you focus on doing what we need you to do. Bang out that Nintendo goodness, man. Bang out that Nintendo goodness, man. From the best of your franchises to the most obscure but still fun franchises that we remember and we love. Bring all that shit back with brand new modern additions to those franchises and drop them right there on the Switch. Along with the Virtual Console that fucking needs to be here by now. I mean, where the fuck is that shit? You had the Virtual Console, not the way you guys had it before, 2 or 3 games a week. No. Drop that Virtual Console with fucking all the games on NES, Super NES, Sega Genesis, all that. Boom, right there. Like you had it on the Wii. Drop that shit in one day. Boom, everything there. And then you have all these great franchises that you're bringing back. And then third party slips you a Call of Duty. The third party slips you a Far Cry or whatever. A FIFA, a Madden, an NBA, a Mortal Kombat, an Injustice. Dude, that's all you need, man. So, again, those are the things that I want to see. And those are the things I see with the Switch. I see the potential for it way more than I did with the Wii U. But at the end of the day, Nintendo really just needs to be Nintendo. And they need to bring the fire with their games. That's going to drive the install base. Third party keeps talking about they want to see the Switch continue to succeed. And they want to see Nintendo. This is what they say. They want Nintendo to push and drive the install base. So that it continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So that third party has a better chance to sell on their console when they make their games. Okay. Breath of the Wild was a hell of a start. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, awesome. ARMS and Splatoon, epicness. Mario Odyssey by the end of the year. Third party needs to fill the gap in between, man. God bless y'all. Stay gaming. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace.